Hi, welcome to my little time lapse of fun little roller coaster that I'm doing. I'm doing this without a script or anything, and I just wanted to I was looking for Planet Coaster videos about roller coasters because I love watching these little time lapses, and I couldn't find any, so I thought, oh well, might as well make one of my own while I'm here. I really had no idea what I was going for when I first started out with this. I had no pre-thought out plan, which is probably a mistake because I really wish that I picked the desert vibe kind of thing before, because now I went with that vibe after. So I picked this ride vibe. It's the one that makes you go up. I'll put a picture on it on the screen. And I was heavily inspired by Manta in SeaWorld because I went there recently and it was really cool. But that's the kind of vibe that I was going for. That's when I set it to Always Day because I forgot to set it as that. So I just started off with like a little bit of I barely remember what Manta's like, so it's just loosely inspired, but I wanted to take in the kind of features that it has of the water that hits you in the face and the nature. That's what I'm kind of going for, which you'll see later on, but probably not now. So here's me with my little smoothing tool. I just did the first main big drop that goes into a loop, and I want to keep it quite fast paced. Later on there are some slower moments when you go up, but for now I wanted to keep it more rapid since it is just after the first drop, and that's an outer banked curve, nothing too crazy. I look back on the video and I think, oh, I should have done this differently, but I'm too lazy to go back and change it now. But I'm saying that because I think that turn that I just did is just too tight. And yeah, you'll see me go over this with a smoothing tool a lot. I mainly just get the rough idea out and then move it after, which is probably not the best thing to do, but it's my own little weird technique. While I'm building this part, just before it starts to go up, you'll see it had like a bit of a straight bit going forward, and that eventually turns into a cave which you go into. It's not a massive cave or anything, it's more like a tunnel, to be honest. So yeah, I'm really bad with getting the height of everything, so I just move it and then it ends up being really bad, but it's what worked for me. So now I'm still working out, but that cave ends up actually being a face that you go into, and it doesn't look as bad as you think it would look. It's alright, I'm happy with it, but that wasn't ever the idea of what I wanted it to be. I just wanted a cool little cave, but I accidentally made a face, and I thought, if I'm making a face, I'm not going to get rid of a face. I'm pretty proud of myself for the face, frankly. And to build that face, I ended up going with like this sandy sort of terrain tool. You'll see me doing a little, I don't know the word, but the curve thing, and it's very outer banked and all of that. Yeah, so it ends up becoming like a little bit of a sandy vibe to it, deserty. Big drop there. Oh, it's nearly coming to the end of the roller coaster part. Right. Yeah, big drop, and then now I'm gonna go back up, and I wanted to do a roll. I don't know how to say it, but you'll see me doing it right now, yeah. But turns out I'm really bad at doing this roll, and I also built it way too high than I should have. So you're just gonna have to watch me slowly try and move it down to make the roller coaster thing go over the top of it. But I think like that might be my least favourite part out of all of it, just because of how in Planet Coaster the smoothing tool doesn't really work, and if you're already bad like me, then it's just not going to work out for you too well. So I think this is definitely my least favourite part of the whole ride, but I did want to include the fun element feature. You can't really see it because it's ×8 speed right now, but you do go quite slowly over that, and I thought that was quite cool. Now I'm just putting in whatever kind of brake that one is, the most expensive one. I end up getting rid of it in a minute because I realise how dumb it is. And then yeah, this is me going for it. It probably won't make much sense to you just because of how fast it's going right now. Oh yeah, but Overall, mostly happy with it. You see me smoothing out that first place because the first drop is a bit janky, and I thought, oh, because it's just the same piece next to each other again and again and again, there's no way that it can be that bad in terms of smoothness, but it really can. It's really amazing. Yeah, here's me redoing the ending. I always hate when you get to an end of a roller coaster and they waste all that energy that you have from the first drop. That always really annoys me, but I did just end up doing that one here because like in a wooden coaster I feel like it's a lot easier because then you could just make lots of turns and twists and make it still feel fast. But with these bigger scale sort of coasters, it just doesn't look right to do that if I'm taking such like a wide range of space. I feel like I can't really manoeuvre in that way. But yeah, it is quite a large scale ride because of the big sort of elements. You've got the main area at the beginning that we're looking at now. Oh yeah, I ended up dragging that out a little bit, try and make it smoother. Yeah, there you go. I hope that was smoother. Yeah, I ended up doing a really large scale thing because there's my ratings, all green. You have the main little area at the start, and I feel like that's nice because you've got all the energy with the drop that you're going into. Oh yeah, this is just me, I'm pausing it now, but after the main drop you go back up into a little area on the other side. So I really wanted it to, because I haven't done a large scale roller coaster in quite a while. Here's me messing around with the terrain tools. I'm really bad at using them and I had no idea what I was doing. As I said before, at first I was just trying to make like a little cool cave thing and I was happy with that. And that was enough for me, but I hate working underground, so I really wanted to keep it short. And I hadn't even decided at this point that I wanted it to be sandy. Well, I think now, yeah, as you can see, because of the world that I picked off, I think it was like the Judicious or whatever it's called place. You don't get that much options for sand in the terrain, so a lot of it's just rocks and the dried leaves looking stuff. So it's not really what I could have had, but it's alright. Here you get me trying to make like a little sharper like cliff peak at the end. Oh, taking a break. But then I looked at it and I realised, this kind of looks a little bit like a face, like the nose and stuff, so I thought, let me try make it into a face. And it's a bit of a long process, to be honest. I keep on taking breaks, must have not been having a good time. I feel like I made it look less by like a face, just with all the weird touch-up that I was trying to do. So I just left it alone, I think. I don't know how much I touched it up, but that little inside bit ends up being way too close, even as I'm taking more of it, the inside part away now. It was still really close, and when I go through it again I have to take away more of it. But in total I was pretty happy. I am pretty happy with how the face is looking. It's not the best, but it will do. And now I'm moving on to a second little mountain, because I always feel like you feel like you're going much faster when you're actually moving past something. So I like to add terrain, and also it's just an easy bit of scenery. Like, you don't need, like when you're building buildings, you need a building to look good, because everyone knows what a good building looks like. But terrain, you can just mash bits around. That's quite fun for me. And then I wanted to do more with the terrain, so I just added a bit more volume over here, and then I realised, I'm accidentally making a chest and a torso for this little sand goblin thing. So I thought, alright, gonna commit to it. But now I'm back over in the second area, where a lot of these ends up getting really close and I have to cut back. Also, I got rid of the support things way in the beginning, because I thought, wow, these look really rubbish, and I wanted to make custom supports, but I haven't made them before, so it's going to be the first little journey for me. But I wanted to get like all the terrain and all the building. I wanted to do basically all of the custom supports at the end. Here you see me dabbling around, sandy looking stuff everywhere. It's not going to look like this in the end, I hope, I promise. But I just wanted to get more of the sandy vibe to it, and I don't know how I'm going to get a more clear border to show that it's just like this area, because obviously the background's full of greenery and the trees and stuff. So I'm gonna have to think about that. Maybe I will just, I'm not sure yet. Maybe I'll just have to leave it like that. Anyway, this is the run through where I realise Oh no, I'm scraping my feet against every little bit of rock that there is. So I have to go out around and give myself way more leg room. You don't really notice it as much when you're building, but yeah, only 8 seconds left. Alright, this has been fun. Bye.